Hello, my friends. What's going on? I just got a couple of comments in the YouTube section there reminding me that I probably should have updated everyone that I put the panels up on the wall. I was super busy and just kind of put them on the wall and didn't even think about doing an update or a how-to or an unboxing or none of that kind of stuff. I just go with the flow. And then I also realized while talking to Mr. Chibs that I didn't update the YouTube side of it, but I did update on my Instagram side. So while that video of the panels on my table and talking about putting them on the walls exists, I didn't actually do I posted them, I posted the videos on Instagram, but didn't come back to YouTube to inform this community that it was already finished. So, oops. Thank you to Mr. Chibs for reminding me in a way and commenting on how to install them temporarily, which I kind of did. And just to talk about what it was, he mentioned putting painter's tape up, so there you go. I used the painter's tape for alignment and that kind of thing, so it's not actually stuck to the wall. But even though it is stuck to the wall and the tape is not completely sticking everywhere, this tape is not even really that sticky, so I'm gonna have to go back over it and figure it out. So the other side of the video, let me just back up here, show you the whole space. The whole thing that I'm gonna have to do now is, because I have a slap back echo in the middle of the room now, which is odd because you would think that having diffusion panels in the middle of the room would actually eliminate the slap back kind of thing. It doesn't. It actually put the slap back echo back into my room because I had curtains there before absorbing all that sound. So now I have it in the middle of the room where the ceiling is also bare. So I have three-way reflections in this space, but not in around the room. Around the room this way, it's only the first reflections this way, which makes the soundstage wider. I'm doing this whole thing like Zeos reviews, but I don't have a GoPro camera. So now the thing is I have extra panels. I bought enough to do 5 to the top, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put fabric up here. Pardon me. And then in the middle of the room at the back, there's a window here, a cutout where there's no wall, and I can't do this because there's nothing to stick it to. So I have to figure out if what Mr. Chips was saying is temporarily mount them and play with the position and see what I like and see what I don't like. Well, I like this. I guessed I put it there for that reason because I wanted the width, and it's not full bandwidth because it's still diffusion. So that works. But now I need to absorb a little bit more. And because I'm getting slap back, what I might do is put a little bit of soft materials on some of the surfaces, like a third or a quarter of the surfaces, just get little felt pads of white fabric or something, and just, I don't want to ruin the effect of the lighting because I think that looks super cool, but I really don't want the slapback echo in the middle. I can't demo it because I'm holding my camera with one hand, and you can't necessarily hear it when I walk in the middle of the room like this. There's not much even reflection. This room, most of the reflection is actually coming from up here. It's a bare ceiling. And like I said, in the middle, I can't do much about it because there's a window and then there's a heater down there. So I have to keep that space open, and it's asymmetrical. So where the speakers are at the back, it's relatively dead back here. And then when I move to the middle of the room, there's more energy in the middle of the room this way, and it sounds cool. But then it goes back to being dead again at the back of the room because I have everything absorbed at the back. This purple looks awesome. Everything is absorbed at the back and the front, and the middle is live. So I'm thinking it's enough, but I'm unsure, right? This whole hi-fi thing is an experiment. We don't know exactly what's going to happen unless you've done the math and you run simulations. I don't really know, but that's what makes it fun. I don't really want to know ahead of time. I actually like the idea of being surprised, believe it or not. I like the idea of playing around, but I don't like wasting time or money or too much of that. So if I have an avenue where I can temporarily mount them and figure out what I want to put in the front, I think that would be valuable. But for now, like these and the first reflection points, as far as I'm concerned, I'm okay with that. I might need to soften them up in some places. I'm unsure yet how to do that. White fabric might be a really cool idea. Just get a glue stick and just glue it down so it doesn't look too bad. Might be able to hide it, especially if I do them all in like one side, where it's lit from the bottom and lit from this way. If I do them all in one side, it might actually even out. I'll try it, see what happens. For now, that's me. That's a short update. Thank you to Mr. Chibs again. I'll probably tag him in this video for just commenting and reminding me that I didn't do a follow-up on the panels. So the few points, just to recap, are the double-sided tape that I used isn't quite sticking to the plastic. Some of them are coming up, and I think if it gets colder, they might just let go completely. You can see here it's not quite even. Also, you can see the gaps. You see what I mean there? You can see the gaps. So I might use a white vinyl tape to cover that up. I don't want to see the space in between the panels. If I use the vinyl taping, it might help to secure the panels more, which would be really cool. I don't think that using like soft fabric in the middle is going to be enough, like just strips of, I don't even know what, some kind of fabric. But like putting stuff in the middle or some of these surfaces to soften it up might do away with the, you can't hear it on camera, and I can't snap that loud. I'm not going to slap the back of my neck to make a noise. Not that kind of video. You're going to have to subscribe to another account in order to get that silliness. Anyways, thank you guys for being on the channel, for watching, subscribing, supporting, commenting, following along. Yes, as I've said to some, you sort of need to follow along with YouTube, with Instagram, and with Facebook, all under the same name in order to get the full story, because I post photos on Facebook most of the time and share content. Instagram, I do lives throughout the week and some videos on the weekend. YouTube is not really that often, but I normally will do a video update, and I'm trying to do more recently because this system is going to continue to grow and continue to expand, and I'm going to get different products in here, probably not reviews per se, but just perspective on the journey and things to do and certain insights into technology. There are plenty of channels for unboxing. There's plenty of channels for reviews, guys that work with magazines, reputable people that have got big channels. They're already doing their thing, and I've said before in videos, I'm not competing against them. We're all in this thing together. We're all in the hobby together. Those guys can do their thing, and I'm going to help by adding some more context to the conversation. I may do video react videos, which sounds very Inception-like, but I did one for Cedia Live. I just showcased what everybody else was showcasing, what others that went to Cedia were showcasing, and doing a second take on the, no pun intended, because that's another show by someone in audio, but a second view or a react to others who are showcasing. It's very weird. It's very meta. And because I can't get there, I sort of have to piggyback on the top of the other accounts and other content creators. But the good news is if you subscribe here, you'll see all of those other places to go for resources, because I'm going to cover and talk about them. So that's how I want to add and contribute more to the community, by adding to the conversation and augmenting what is already out there by providing additional information. Now, like I said on Instagram, these panels look amazing, but there's not very many people talking about how they manage on the wall. How do you mount them? What are they like after a day or two? Does it change with the temperature? Do you have to constantly like stick them back on the wall? What kind of tape did you use? Stuff like that. How do you manage it? And basically, like I said, I used painter's tape down the side, so there's painter's tape that's here that you can't see, and used a double-sided tape that's not really like 3M grade. It's pretty cheap dollar store stuff. So if I pulled these off, they wouldn't be a big deal. I could reposition them any which way I wanted. more permanently, if I wanted to do like a 8x8 or 4x4, I could do big 4 size panels, or at least 2x2s, and just stick the panels on the wall. But I'm pretty confident about these, and they definitely look the part. Like 100% they look the part. But long term, we'll have to see what happens. I want that to be my thumbnail right there. It's a pretty nice shot of the room. So yes, to go over the system, anybody's going to ask, it's a Rotel RMB 1555. RMB 1555 5-channel. I've got the speakers bi-amped, so you can see that there's 2 cables there. That's the highs and lows. Those are the Sonus Faber Lumina 2 bookshelves. So 1555 bi-amp to the Lumina 2 bookshelves, and they're being controlled by the RC1590 Mark II Rotel preamp. This is the one with the Texas Instruments DAC. I think the Mark I had an AKM DAC until AKM had the fire, and then they changed the system. So right now it's just streaming from Spotify, even though I have the playlist on Qobuz as well. Just Spotify's interfacing is pretty easy and simple to navigate through. And until Qobuz comes out with a Connect system where I can control it from my phone and other devices, which I hear is coming in a software update, look out for that. I use Spotify because it's pretty easy to manage. So anyways, the system sounds amazing. Let me just get in here. That's about it. Can't give you any more than that because I know that YouTube's going to be like, oh, that's somebody else's music, pull it. So anyways, that's 12 minutes. You guys have been great for hanging out this far. Let me know if you made it to the end. Just comment in the comment section with the word copyright. And I'll see you all in the next one. And if you have any ideas for panels or experimentation with position placement, how do you deal with a ceiling? How do I hang panels? I don't want them falling on my head. And then over the window, I might just have to erect a construct of some kind, some sort of a panel covers. I do have these DIY panels that I made. These are just fabric over top of pegboard. Let me just flip that around. There you go. It's just pegboard with some fabric wrapped around the front. These are awesome for absorption, and the pegboard allows you to put like pins on the wall and you can hang them however you want. So those have been super cool. Right now I've got them absorbing the back wave behind my head, so that's all, even though the curtains are there. That's why those are there. So those are optional, but I don't think I want those there. I want this look back here. So anyways, that's me. That's 13 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. There's the update. Thank you, Mr. Chibs, again for reminding me and commenting. Now we see what we see. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon.